All right, let's see where we are here. Hold on a second. This is a bridge stream. What time is it? 8:13 on a Friday night. Guess that makes it all right. I don't know if anybody's here yet. We just got done streaming over with Nik Starow, the great Swede Nik Starow. He's a good guy, and I don't know. He hit the wall hard. Brandon was in the chat. Let's go, Brandon, and he decided to start hitting Nick and me on his donation deal. So Bella the Bayou's here. Good to see you, Belle. And AJ, I see this is my friends. So I decided, and expert streaming, I think at 9 something. Maybe I should set that redirect up already. Um, my wife is sick. Hey, look, my background is working again. How about that? So Ginger with the Soul, yeah. Nick, I don't know. He was doing great, and all of a sudden he hit the wall hard. Let's go, Brandon nailed it, didn't he? And he's trying to nail me. And see, I've had this is number 4, 3 tamarind martinis. This is number 4, but we have to set this up for Let's Go Brandon because he's donated a lot of money to help my difficult dog become a reality. So cheers to Let's Go Brandon. We were going to donate over. We were going to go over to expert stream, but he doesn't start streaming till like 9:15 or something. Diane's here. Good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, so this is it's a Friday night stream. I've got some announcements. I was going to stream tonight anyway because I got stuff going on. I will say I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I've been so busy. It's hard for me to stream. So thanks for being here. Thanks, Rewatch Crew, if you're here. Um, I'll give you some upside. We had a little but basically I'm coming off of Nik Starow's stream where he was doing great and then he hit the wall. He wasn't even able to redirect to me because he was so hammered. Let's Go Brandon is if you don't know, a legendary donor. He likes to donate to especially lawyers to have them drink, and we all accept his challenges at the right time. Slidey Pie's here, and so what I got a lot going on, and I'll just start talking and we'll see where we are because I don't have any guests. You guys want to come on? You can be a guest. First thing is I just got My Summer Friend up in hardcover. So it's hard to get these covers right because the way it lays out Amazon printing is real difficult. So Summer Friend is and Slidey Pie. If you don't know about Summer Friend, it's my fictional book it's a mostly true book actually about growing up in Florida in the 80s. But it's a sweet book really written for middle schoolers, especially middle schooler boys. So if you have a middle schooler boy, this is a good book for you. And Slidey Pie read this book on her channel. So thank you to Slidey Pie. And David Nelson's here. Yes, Slidey Pie read Summer Friend on her channel. So if you want to get a preview, you can do that. But anyway, I'm working on getting all my books cleaned up and updated and ready for action. Same thing with Let's Go Brandon here. I was just telling him that he knocked one lawyer off the channel tonight. That was Nik Starow, who is a Viking. He got a Viking. He was doing. Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let me ask you.
The dad gave the restaurant to him.
Nick was doing great. And then he hit the wall hard. I don't know what happened, but it was like I was just normal Nik Starow, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh. So that was Let's Go Brandon's doing. I had to start to stream because Expert is streaming at 9:15, and so I'll try to dump over that. So yeah, Slidey Pie read Summer Friend. I'm working on Prepare is available on hardcover. I think I still need to tweak the hardcover a little bit, but I've got 3.7.1 version, and so let's see what else is going on. Solana's Parlor wants me to stop drinking. The problem is the financial incentives are all on the other side. And the other thing is that civil lawyers have to deal with some bad stuff. And I was saying over on Nik Starow's channel that it's like everybody, all these plaintiffs lawyers want my time. They want my attention. It's like I've got all these cases that are serious, and they all want to pound on me and say like, okay, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. And then when they get to pay attention, they just abuse me. So it's like a line of plaintiffs lawyers all lined up to abuse you all day. And that's what it is. It's like, that's lawyering. So cheers to Brandon for making the world a little better place. Yeah, that was legendary Ghosts. Good to see you, man. Diane asks, and this is a good question. What am I writing next? Okay, so there's a couple things. Number one, My Difficult Dog is coming out. And Brandon, you're a hero, because I will give you a big thumbs up in my next book, which is My Difficult Dog. And I'm trying to get it done by Easter, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I'm trying very hard. And I will read that online. It's my second children's book. And the second thing is I've got a book I wrote. It's a short story, and it's called Scooter Asks, Where is God? And that is a short story. And my friend, I have a friend who's a big fan. Her name is Daisy, and she came in as a runner-up to illustrate My Difficult Dog. And she's 13 years old, and she's a budding illustrator. And she wanted to illustrate, help me. She sent me some nice drawings just to show what she could do. And it was really good. She was so good that she was beating some of the professionals. So after she came in, as a runner-up, I talked with her mom, and she's going to help me illustrate Scooter Asks, Where is God? And I'm going to give that away to everybody who's bought one of my books. I've got a mailing list, and I'm going to send it out free of charge to everybody who's bought a book. And it's just going to be an ebook, but it'll be a short story about Scooter the cat, and Daisy will illustrate it. So I'll do the best I can and put it out. It won't be a big professional thing. I mean, and ultimately it may end up in a compilation book that I have going. I have some poetry and some other stuff that'll all go into a compendium of children's books. But for right now, it'll be ebook only, and it will be free to anybody who's already bought a book. So that's pretty much written. I might add a couple paragraphs to it. I have a couple more ideas I want to do. Yes, so thank you very much, Diane. My Give, Send, Go campaign is almost done for My Difficult Dog. It's still up. And here's Brandon. I hate bitching about the booth that's going to do what he agreed to. Yeah, see, he's a contract man. This is a man who believes in contracts. Yes, he says it's always an amazing, entertaining. Yes, he is entertaining, and he's a good man. He's a good Catholic. He's helped me produce several of my books, and I appreciate that, and I thank him very much for that. So, so the first thing is My Difficult Dog. Second thing is my free book, Scooter the cat asks, Where is God? And then we got right. The cigar comes at the end, so we're on drink 4, and I have a few more, and then we got a cigar. And I'm not sure how it's gonna. I'm trying to pace it because I want to stream here. I don't want to be knocked out like Nik Starow. So we're working on it. But this is good night's content just for you, buddy. She doesn't mind the alcohol. She hates the cigars. She hates the cigars. You don't even know. It took me some convincing to get her at the level we did, by the way. Have we registered about YouTube? God, it's funny. All right, so then the next thing. So, like, what is the next thing after that? Diana asks, what are some other stuff? I have this fantasy novel that I've written. I'm about 85,000 words into it. I haven't been inspired to write that lately. And Brandon, well, you just keep following me, man. I owe you. So if you want to watch I will fulfill the contract. But if you want to watch it get fulfilled, you need to keep hanging out, because the obligation is now on me to deliver. So I appreciate it. So yeah, my fantasy novel, I have a lot done in that. But I'd say what I really want to do is get it really just right. And I'm going to do it in 3 books. It's going to be a trilogy. I have it all arced out. I have portions of it written. I want to have about 250,000 words, and I'm about 85,000 words in. So, so, and I haven't been inspired really because I got burned so bad on my last book, my last fictional book. And I did that last fictional book. I basically wrote it in 10 days. And it was almost a challenge to see how fast I could go from first word to printed copy in your hands. And the answer to that was I could do it in 30 days. So I did my fictional novel called Death Penalty Desired in 30 days, from first word being typed all the way to book in your hand. And I was really kind of proud of that, but I got in big trouble with that book. Maybe it was for a lack of editing. That's possible. So given that, this one, I'm going to do a different tack. I'm going to try to really be careful, weigh every word. I'm going to have 3 books done, and then I'm going to probably release them 1, 2, 3. And it's a fantasy novel. It's like Swords and Sorcery and Dragons. So that's what it is. And see here. So we have some comments here. Where was the one over here? Somebody asks, where was it? Here we go. This one here, Ghosts. Yeah, what's your favorite shot? That's a good question. I want to know that myself. You ever come to Miami, man? We need to hang. Oh, this is great. Great question. Diane, I love you, Diane. Thank you. Who would be great insight in RCA people who have questions about what you went through in your journey to become Catholic? Not to put out in the chat much, ponder what you discern. Okay, well, since we're all Catholics here and it is Lent, and I love talking about faith. Oh, I have another I got to tell you about an upcoming show too. It's okay. Remind me to tell you about an upcoming show that I'm going to do next Thursday on my stream. It's going to be a stream next Thursday, but I want to answer this question because it's a good question. Okay, so I was not a born Catholic. My wife was born Catholic. My son was raised Catholic. That was one of the deals when I married my wife, is that any of our children would be raised Catholic. But I was sort of apathetic. I would say I wasn't really a big one on faith. And but I was raised Protestant. If you'd say my family's Protestant, but I was nominally Protestant, right? And then of course, the first state attorney's office fired me. And for reasons of me doing the right thing. And that was so hard because, see, the one thing is, so I'm going to share with you about some of this RCA and about becoming Catholic. If you do something wrong and you face a repercussion for doing something wrong, that's actually quite easy to deal with. It's really easy to deal with because it's like, I did wrong, I messed up, I paid the price. That's life, that's fair. But if you do something right and get punished for it, that's hard to deal with philosophically within a worldview, right? I mean, think about it. If you do something wrong and something bad happens, that makes sense. That's fair, even if you're the one getting punished. But if you're talking about doing something right and getting punished for it, that doesn't make sense. And that's very hard to deal with philosophically. And so that's what happened to me. I was very angry at that situation. I was angry. And I was full of hatred towards a couple people and anger. Now, ultimately, I knew that anger and hatred was hurting me. And I knew in the brain up here, I knew that I needed to get over that. All right, that's fair. But in the heart was not forgiving. The heart was still full of hatred and anger, right? So the brain may say one thing, but the brain doesn't control the heart. It's a different level. So, and I couldn't get rid of that. And it was pulling me into a dark hole that I could never escape. And I've got a family, I've got a beautiful wife, a beautiful son that I owe a lot to, I need to take care of. But yet here, this heart is dragging me down. The hatred's dragging me down, which is not good. Not good. So So what happened was I was in church for like the millionth time, listening to the Lord's Prayer for the millionth time. And he read that part in the Lord's Prayer on about forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And Father Bill was up there. And I remember him saying that. And just for some reason on that day, that little statement in the Lord's Prayer, I said, the insight that I had, and it was a miracle, I will say, but the insight was the hatred I have in my heart will be the hatred that will be the standard by which I will be judged, because I have sinned, I'm sure, and I've sinned against people, I'm sure. And I don't want them hating me. I don't want to be judged by the hatred that I have. And basically, God, at that moment, when I had that insight, God plucked that hatred right out of my heart. And he saved my life. And so that was a miracle. And at that point, I was like, and I was able, and still, I remembered all the stuff. I remember what happened. But the hatred, the heart was saved. And so it was like, wow, that was a miracle. I told my wife, and I said, I need to become a Catholic, right? And I went through the whole process of RCIA, which is the Catholic conversion classes. And I remember one of the parishioners saying that my parish I went to, Father Bill was a real hard ass. And it was hard to become a Catholic through his RCIA because he made you do everything. And go over to this other church, this other Catholic parish, and their RCIA program's a lot easier. But I was like, well, you know what? It's either true, in which case it's worth everything, or it's not true, in which it's worth nothing. So I stuck it out, and I became. And it was wonderful at the Eastern Easter. They had this thing. It was such a miracle. It was beautiful. So I became Catholic. And I've been Catholic ever since. And I will say it has saved me twice, because my faith saved me a second time with the last little episode, which you guys are familiar with. So that's kind of it. So let me ask, did I answer the question, Diane? You would be a great insight in RCA. If you have questions, we'll put you through. And I have also done what they call Christ Renews His Parish, which is a men's retreat. And I've shared these stories, even more detail, of course, but with my brothers in Christ at the Catholic Church. So, yeah, okay. So anyways, here's, I'm a cradle Catholic, love to hear you say that. And I love the Catholic Church. I will say that it's a very deep, let me keep this up, because don't believe the cartoon cutout versions of Catholicism. You know, the problem, and I talk about this in my book, Prepare, where I lay out my faith in a couple chapters in my book, Prepare, but um, it's a big problem in this country is that we're raised on a cardboard cutout, childish version of faith. And then when we hit teenage years and we become intelligent, it's like, oh, well, the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and this faith, this Christianity stuff is garbage. It's all child's play, because we teach children Christianity in a very childlike way. When in fact, there's a much deeper, much more profound, um, complex, and deep faith that's adult and that's out there, and that you need to not project into what you think it is. Learn what it actually is. Learn what it actually is. And yes, thank you, Ghosts. I agree with you. And I'm there. It's so endlessly deep. And you know, I've approached my faith really with two things. One is humility, and the other is gratitude. That is how I can access my faith. Now, maybe different people have different ways, and there's lots of paths to your faith, but humility and gratitude are keys here. C.S. Lewis also, and if you know one of my book, you need to get my book Prepare, David Nelson, because Prepare talks about the three levels of man, and what I'm talking about: the head, the chest, and the gut, the intellectual, the faith, and the tribal, and about the three levels of man. And this is very important. It's in C.S. Lewis' Abolition of Man, one of the most profound books that's impacted me. And he's a Protestant, but he was an Episcopal writer, but his books, his Christian faith. I mean, there's actually not a lot of difference. There is some difference, but not a lot of difference. We're basically Christians. So, cheers to you. Let's go, Brandon. Here, he's what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Uh, Funny. And you're losing your remote. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, the wife it's between you and me, buddy. Um, Valhalla awaits. Hey, Valhalla, see if Expert will invite me on because I owe Brandon a few more of these and a cigar. So, Slidey Pie, Brandon, what's my favorite shot? Are you asking me? Who gave you that wrench? um, Sidecar's been my latest. I love Sidecar. That's mine. It's a good mixed drink. It's the right balance. Um, let's see. I don't know. Were you asking me that? Anyway, don't fall for the cartoon version of Catholicism. If in fact, I would say if you're a Protestant, something I was unaware of, I didn't even know it existed as a Protestant, was something called the Catechism. The Catechism of the Catholic Church lays down the faith and why we do things the way we do. The Mass is very formal and structured, and a lot of people get turned off by that because it's not entertaining enough. But it's basically ancient. It's an ancient rite, and we need to have ceremony in our life. We need to have formality. And it's not, God asks just a little bit, and Mass is one of them. And the Mass is explained very clearly in the Catechism about why Catholics do everything they do. And if you're a Protestant, you should at least know what you're protesting against. So look at the Catechism to find out what the Church really believes rather than what you think it might believe, right? Is that fair? Yeah, Valhalla. Lesko's got me. He's got me on number 4 here, and I owe 4 more and a cigar. So, what is this? Ghost. If Brandon, if Gauzy thinks you're okay, then you're already forgiven. Just say 50. Oh, yes. No, Brandon's a good guy. We've talked, and he's actually, see, the thing is that this is my choice. Don't blame him for it because I'm a man of my word and I follow through. He's like, you know what, you can just pour him out, but I don't pour. I believe I'm a man of my word, and I will say one of the things that, to my own detriment. So Diane says, yes, I agree. Well, you're in the right place. Oh, I got to tell you. So Diane, now you reminded me. This is sort of a random rant on a Friday night, isn't it? But I have a stream coming up next Thursday. That's going to be cool because I like to, I'm so busy now. It's hard for me to stream. And I'm really thankful for everybody showing up, including you restreaming people, the people that are following. And for all of my members on YouTube, I've been really, haven't been as active as I need to be. I try to come on when I can because I've been working so hard. My new job is very difficult. There's a lot of work. But I have a stream scheduled and I'm sharing my life with you through this stream. And the thing is I have a company that I got to meet, a fellow named Patrick Usher. Patrick Usher is his name. And he is the, I guess, the owner or CEO of Usher Transportation. And a lot of people know that I love my truckers and we represent trucking companies. And we have brought to you the stream about the automated trucking. Well, Usher Transport is a big trucking company that transports hazardous materials throughout the country. And so I'm going to be interviewing, and I got to go out. When I went out to Phoenix and did my seminar, I did a presentation on technology in the courtroom and on the road. I got to meet Patrick Usher, and he was this fascinating young guy, and he and I just hit it off. We went to this very nice restaurant in Arizona with my wife and another one of his friends, a fellow who will also be on. So I'm going to have these 2 people from Usher Transportation talking about trucking and about hazardous loads. But also, I will tell you, he's my kind of guy. We just had such a beautiful conversation. We talked, and I'm going to share him with you because I think he's a fourth generation owner of this company, and he's got a man of faith, and we just hit it off. So we're going to talk trucking, and then we're going to see where the conversation flows. It'll probably go into faith if I don't know. So if you want to tune in next Thursday, 8 p.m., I'm going to have Patrick Usher and Bo Mosley is his compatriot, and we had a great time, and I want to share him with you because he's a real joy. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I'd say, video games. I've been playing some video games. My son has set me up on my new computer with some of my old video games. I don't know. I've been playing this game called XCOM 2, and that's a lot of fun. There's a game called We Are Billions and Civilization 6. So many games. I don't know. I'm playing some of the games, but we'll see. Trying to, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Play Truck Simulator game with Megan Fox. I haven't seen Megan in a while. Has she been around? I haven't seen her. I love Megan Fox. So that's that. Let me, while we're here, I don't even know are you guys here? Is anybody here? Anybody here? You guys are here. Let's see here. I'm going to set this up. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and set it up to dump to Nik Starow RB to expert stream while you're here. What else is happening? What else you guys want to talk about? Here we go. There's that. My videos. This technical stuff. You guys don't know. Streaming. Let me see. Okay, here it is. This one here. Customization. That way, if Brandon really gets me and I'm bombed, then I can. I'm planning on finishing this out over the expert stream. Yeah, Friday Night Live upcoming. Okay, save. So we're going to do that. It's 9:15. It's 8:40 now. Okay, so we got about 30 minutes more. That's good. I just set it up. Let's see. Oh, I know. So I was going to tell you. Oh, look at this. Triplets. Diane has triplet grandsons. Congratulations. That's amazing. Boy, that must be cool. Did you see my son? He was cooking dinner for me, making me drink. That's my son. He's a great kid. All right, so let's see. What else are we talking about? Oh, so I've been working on getting all my books kind of just right. So they're almost all of them are available on Amazon now. I have My Difficult Dog is now available on Amazon, although it's Small Hands edition. And I'm going to have to show you. Give me a second. I'll show you because I got to refill my drink, and then I'm going to show you My Difficult Dog. All right, hold on just a second. You all right, Leafy?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to smoke a cigar later.
You can smoke it here.
Oh yeah, I should do that too. Hold on. All right. What? It's, I'm gonna get in trouble, Brandon. It's your fault. She's all right. Let's see. So we have this here, and I want to show you this. Look. So here's the new Brucey. See now it's small hands edition, but it's full color. See there, the new Brucey. It's a little. I have a softback Brucey. The other ones are just way too expensive to sell, and so this is $20 on Amazon, and it's full color, small hands Brucey. So I wanted to let you know about that. Kaiser's here. Good to see you, Kaiser. All right. So what do we got here? Christine is a member for 18 months. That's impressive. Let's see. Okay, so I've done this. Let me just make sure I've done this. Look here, we've got some good selection here. We'll talk about that. That's at the end of the game. Congratulate me on good logic stream. I showed you my son's stream. Aw, no problem. Why did I congratulate you? I don't remember, but it's no problem. We should make an effort to make other people's lives better. Let's go out of your way to be happy and to be praising. And yes, Brandon, you are right. We're here on number 5, I think. Flux and Megan are fun to watch playing the trucker game. I'll bet you. Flux and Megan, 2 of my favorite people. Christine, see, she's a member for 18 months. Congratulations. Thank you. Yes, this is right. I'm already hearing it. But Brandon did it. It's all Brandon's fault. That's right. Exactly. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You're right. Is Vice Baby here? I didn't see him. Oh yeah, here he is. Look, Vice Baby's here. But we need to do a stream. I don't know. You tell me what you email me and tell me what you'd like to do, because if anything, I'll send you my story on the cat, on Scooter the cat. Kaiser's here. One of the nicest guys on the internet. I love Kaiser. We got to meet. We got to hang out up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and kindness is an underrated quality in this society. I deal with all these lawyers that get rewarded for being jerks. Ugh. So I appreciate a good person. Yes, I know. Well, but I just can't afford to reprint the hardcover version. I'm just not selling. Ever since I moved to Miami and that whole issue, basically nobody's buying books anymore. So I can't afford to buy them in the bulk that I have to make it work. So sadly, and that's really a shame, because Nik, when he went down, there were a lot of people that suffered, and my 2 biggest benefactors were Nik and Legal Vices, and both of them are gone. And so that's really, basically nobody buys the books anymore. And you all are my friends, and I appreciate you being here. But those people had big audiences, and they were big supporters and were very kind to me. So it's just, I still do what I'm doing, but it's not the same. Triplets, that's cool. What is this? Oh, don't say that. I don't want to hear that. Come on, Brandon. You have 2 Brucey books. Eric, good to see you. You can watch Restream. We're just having fun tonight. Next Thursday night, 8 o'clock, be here. I'm going to have Patrick Usher, and and Bo Mosley from Usher Transportation. It's going to be really cool. We're going to talk about trucking in the first part, and then you're going to see they're great people. You're my kind of people, really neat folks that you're going to really be impressed. I can't wait. I want to share good people like this with my audience, because you need to see who these people are, and we'll have great conversations. So Let's see who else we got here. Oh, thank you, Cloak. And I try to stream when I can. It's just been very hard. My workload has increased exponentially. I'm not an appellate lawyer anymore where I had a lot of time. I just don't have the time. It's basically work, come to back, eat, and go to sleep and repeat. So um, when I was doing appeals, I had more time to do stuff. So I'm sorry. I'm free for short weekends. You let me know. Ah, I see. That's the way it is. Can you send me, and make sure I got your contact information. Go to steve@stevegosney.com. Send me an email at steve@stevegosney.com. Make sure I have all your contact information, and we'll come up with something to do cool. Yes, Floridian. I talked. We do. I got so many things I want to do. See, this is the thing. I got a lot of. My heart is still here. I want to do a neat stream with Legal Mindset on Florida Man, because Legal Mindset streams out of Korea, and he actually was born and raised and grew up right down the street from where I currently work in Coral Gables, Florida. And he's a Florida man. He's got a big audience, and he's always fun. Whenever I stream with him, it's just a barrel of laughs. He's a fun guy to stream with. And then the other person I really want to do a stream with is Good Logic, Joe of Good Logic. And he's my Orthodox Jewish friend, and we always have great conversations about faith, and I love him. So I hope I can get him hooked up. Um, yes, you did buy it. You should have a collection, Brandon. Do you still have the books I sent you? I'll make sure you get a good copy of whatever new book comes out, because you're a good man. What about Saint Bernard? Yeah, that's right. Lots of shots, few books and lots of shots. Well, he's earned it. You get anytime you need any book sent to anybody, you tell me, let's go, and I will send it to you. That's right. It's funny. And let's go, Brandon. He helped fund Brucey. He helped make this happen and make this a reality. He's helping my difficult dog, and this is a good Catholic thing. This is the thing we drink for good causes, right? Barrel whiskey. He's got this whole thing going on to do with the chat. Yeah, Legal Mindset, Good Logic. These are good folks. So I'm hoping I'll do some streams with them soon. Helene crushed your house, boy. Yeah, Joe. I think Joe and I have great chemistry. Um, yes, my view death. This is a great question. Yeah, civil litigation is hell on wheels. It's one of the few professions that rewards the more stubborn asshole you are, the more the system rewards you. I can't even believe it. It's so sick. Civil litigation is just so sick. Ugh. Yes, and this is somebody you obviously have been involved with civil litigation. Well, you're supporting reading. That's good enough for me. Um, I know, Rush. I haven't been playing much guitar either. See, this is the thing. I've been so busy at work, but I love Rush. I've been thinking about, I got to share with you a musical discovery. My son introduced me to this, and it's great. I don't even like country music or bluegrass. Ugh, not my thing. But there's a guy named Billy Strings. Billy Strings is an incredible bluegrass player, and I've been watching him, and he is great. If you want to watch a great guitar player, he plays bluegrass, but don't let that turn you off. He is a great guitar player. Yeah, death penalty for civil litigators. That gives me pause. It's a very good question. Yeah, thank you. That's sweet. Good to see you too. Yes, I despise them all. I despise them all too. Oh, I want to retire. I want to go to West Virginia, sit in a rocking chair and watch the river go by. Yes, hit the like button, please. Thank you, Diane. Box traveling kind of starting with Steve in the bookstore, right? Yeah, I'm the starving writer. But yeah, Billy Strings, check him out. Yes, exactly. Oh, civil litigation is just hell on wheels. Well, bluegrass, there's a lot of bad bluegrass, But if you want to see you want to see what bluegrass should be, check out Billy Strings. Um, 5 string bass. And I know your dad had some killer guitars, man. Vice Baby, what is it? You get away from those video games and start playing some guitar. Your dad and I had a lot of shared interests. We were the same age, we had the same musical tastes, and I actually played. If you want to know, Vice Baby, if people will know, is Jeff Harrison's son, and that's Legal Vices. And Legal Vices and I love Rush. And if you want to go back and watch me playing bass to La Villa Strangiato by Rush, and I dedicated that. I think I dedicated that song. It was one of the Rush songs I did to Legal Vices because I knew how much he loved Rush, and I learned it just for him because Legal Vices was such a big supporter of mine, and I miss him very much. And so I will just say that. Yeah, bluegrass is great for the country. Billy Strings. See, you guys know. We're buying a retriever. Oh, well, my friend in West Virginia has 2 Labrador retrievers. The first one's name is Keister, and Keister's getting old. And now they have a golden retriever named Hobbit. And so we go up there, and it's funny because Keister's getting old. And you can't, like when the trucks come in and they honk, they're coming across the river because they have to ford the river to get to the property. And Hobbit will go running after him, and Keister, the old retriever, will look at him and like, I used to do that. I'm deferring to the younger dog to go off and do the barking and chasing, and I'll just sit here on the patio and encourage him. It's so cute. Um, let's see. Yeah, 2112. Well, that's hard rush bass playing. Find an easier song. I think you go check out some of my old video streams on where I play the bass. I don't know. You can check them out. Rush is great. I love all the Rush stuff. Um, okay, good to see you, Cloak and Glamour. Glober, have a good night. I'm trying to take it easy here. This is tough. Um, trying to recover before maybe I'll get an invite to expert stream. I can't guarantee. Let's Go Brandon wants me to finish this off at expert over on Vice's stream or on expert stream. I don't know that I'm going to get an invite. So, but I will promise you that the contract will be fulfilled. But I know. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe we should do that. Maybe our first stream with Vice Baby should be a guitar lesson. What do you think about that? That would be kind of neat. What do you say? What do you say, Connor? Freedom Rings here. Good to see you, Freedom Ring. Yeah, civil litigation sucks. Ask Freedom Ring. She's a Florida civil litigator. In fact, I got to talk to you about some stuff going on in Tampa right now. Perfectly Saturday drive music. Yeah, it's Rush. A lot of people get into Rush at different stages. I'm a Rush guy from the first album all the way through Signals. Maybe Power Window, or maybe what's the one before Power Windows? It's Grace Under Pressure. I'd probably say from the first album through Grace Under Pressure. Third, I'm going to get an invite now. I don't know. You gotta make this happen because Expert is I don't know if he wants me. The Cars. My first band ever, we played 4 Cars songs. I love the Cars. The Cars were great to play with. That's a great beginning band to play. If Vice Baby, if you want to learn some cool bass lines that are relatively easy to play, go listen to some early Cars. Yes, that's right. So Vice Baby is Jeff Harrison's son, Legal Vice's son, and we've just made an acquaintance since Vice has passed. Vice Baby's been supporting me. He's supported, and he will be named in the My Difficult Dog book, and he helped donate to that. But he's been a big friend, and he actually has a lot of the books that I sent to Legal Vices because when Legal Vices would support me, I'd send him some books, and I'm really blessed. I'm happy, and it chokes me up to think that his son has those books because I don't know if I did enough to thank Jeff. So yeah, that's right. So this is Jeff. I'm sorry. This is right. I can actually do the bass pedals. I can't speak and sing at the same time. Right. We love Jeff. See there? I don't feel like we did enough for him. I don't know. Sorry. Right. That's the thing. I mean, this thing is people that put themselves out on the internet. It's a lot, and we got it. We got him the YouTube plaque, didn't we? Thank you. Good to have you. It's neat to see you. This reminds me of like Led Zeppelin. We went and saw the Zeppelin movie, the Led Zeppelin movie, which was really good. It was in the IMAX theater. My wife and my son didn't go, but we went there, and it was so much fun. And I remember the Zeppelin guys. When John Bonham died, the drummer for Zeppelin, they just said couldn't they couldn't continue without him, right? But Jason Bonham was there, and the kind of the Zeppelin folks stuck together. And with Jason Bonham, they got to play with Jason Bonham, and I feel like Vice Baby is kind of the Jason Bonham of the YouTube community, because we're all here and we remember Jeff and we love Jeff, and he was one of the great men on stream, and he's gone, but Vice Baby's there, and we're here to take care of Connor because he's our Jason Bonham, right? I don't know. That makes sense. Yeah. Also, Connor, he got the silver play button. Well, I'm personally, I'm just happy he got the books that I sent him, because he felt that was worthy enough to keep, because that's what I gave Jeff, and it wasn't enough, but it was something. So yeah, Wolfgang. So let's talk about some more music. Let's get off this. I'm sorry, I'm getting all emotional. I don't know how much of this is Lesko and how much this. I think a lot of it is just the real deal. Like, I can't talk about my friend Derek now without getting choked up. I've told you about my friend Derek. Yeah. Keep that up. That's a great secret. So don't tell him, right? Connor, stick with us, okay? Hmm. This is interesting because Eddie Money. Here's an interesting thing. I don't know. Eric Scorpio. Eddie Money actually lived in Flagler County, Florida, which is where I prosecuted for 6 years. And he retired to Flagler County, Florida, which is Palm Coast, and he had a club there. And Eddie Money, if you remember, she was shaking, snapping her fingers. Great, great songs. Eddie Money had some cool songs, and so Glenn Simmons, we'll put him in touch. I'd love to talk to him. Good stuff. Um, yeah, so you get it. I mean, there's people that are part of you that become part of you, and Derek was a beautiful person, and so and sound with him, sound that's cool. Good music, folks here. Cheap Trick, very good. Yeah, I love, music is a great topic, and I love talking about music. So I've got, obviously Ginger just came out with a new album. And, it's funny, when I first listened to Ginger, I don't usually like it first play. It takes me several plays for me to really tune in to Ginger as a band. Once I love them, it's like my favorite metal band right now. And did you hear that Mastodon lost their guitar player, for founding guitar player for 25 years? Mr. Hines is his name. He's the guy with this weird tattoo on his forehead. He's really very creative, but for some reason he's out of the band. So Mastodon's got a new guitar player. I love Mastodon. It's now see there. Let's go. It's Ginger with a J. Don't. So Kaiser. I mean, Billy Strings, bluegrass. Ginger, heavy metal. Wolfpeck, Vulfpeck. Wolfpeck is a great throwback if you like the kind of soul music, from the Detroit era, where they would play, I mean, modern, updated, great soul, great music. Check out Wolfpeck. Wolfpeck is a great band. Um, Let me see. Let me think about some other bands I haven't, I get so busy. My son likes a band called, he likes a hardcore punk band. He's really into hardcore punk. And it's called Upchuck. I told him, he says they tour relentlessly and they're a real hard touring band. And he says it's the best live band he's seen and they're very obscure. But he says it's a great band, and I've listened to it. I do like their music if you like hardcore punk. But I told him, I said, the problem with Upchuck is that they have a band name that limits their potential upside. I mean, what do you think? I think that band name is a little off-putting. What do you guys think? I don't know. Who else here? Who else is here? Leska's still here. Are you hanging? I'm on 4. Is this 4 or 5? I think I'm on 5, right? Do I owe you 1 more or 2 more? I don't know. See, this is a problem. Now you can take advantage of me. We need to have like Valhalla here, who's a professional counter. Oh, expert sent a link. Aren't you lucky? Okay, bud, we're on. Dos mas, does that mean? See, this is Spanish, isn't it? Hold on. Hey, wifey. Is dos mas? What does that mean in Spanish?
What?
Dos mas in Spanish?
Dos mas? I don't know. Dos is like 2.
2? Okay.
Mas is more. 2 more.
2 more. Okay, yes, 2 more. Okay. My wife's taking Spanish, so she agreed. Okay, so there's 2 more. You're not kidding. Listen to Wolfpeck. It's just a vibe, man. I know. Wolfpeck is incredible. Incredible band. Bass players smoking. Great band. And wait, check out the track they did with what's the name of the guy, the drummer. They're just great. They have a great singer, this great soul singer. Oh my God, there's so many good things. He's lurking. Who's lurking? Okay, 2 more. All right, 2 more. I'm pacing it though, so I can beat you, Mr. Brandon. This is a challenge, and I'm going to, because last time you got the better of me, but this time I will win. 2 more, and I'm going to survive. Oh, Rick Emmett. Oh yeah, okay. So here's another one. Now a lot of people have forgotten about this band, and I got to tell you the story. I saw Triumph. The band is called Triumph. It's a band from the 80s, a trio from Canada. A great band. Now, a lot of people compared them to Rush, but they were more hard rock, very upbeat, positive band. I love Triumph. When I was a kid, I loved Triumph. And I saw them in Daytona. And I got to tell you the story because it was on the Never Surrender tour. And they have all these great songs. If you want to see a great one, go listen to Fight the Good Fight and Never Surrender. Oh, my goodness. Great stuff. So I went and saw Triumph in Notion Center in Daytona Beach, and it was a great show. And he did this 30-minute guitar solo that was just obnoxiously obsessive, but it was fun. And Rick Emmett could sing like an angel, sing it high, and he could play guitar. It was a great band. And people have kind of forgotten about him. But go back and listen to some Triumph if you like positive, uplifting hard rock. So here's the thing. I had an album. I had my Never Surrender album. Actually, it wasn't the Never Surrender tour. It was the one after that. The one with the electric guy on it. What's it called? I don't know, Seven something, Power Seven or something. Anyway, it was the next album. But I had my Never Surrender album. And I waited after the show. I went backstage. I went to the outside and waited to where they were coming to their tour bus. And I was going to get the signature of Rick Emmett on my album. I was going to watch it. And I stayed out there for like forever. I mean, it was dedication. It was only youthful energy that allowed me to do that. And everybody eventually just kind of chilled out. They eventually left and stopped. And it was like me and about 5 other guys that were there. And all of a sudden, Rick Emmett comes walking out with the band. And they're going to the tour bus. And here I am with these other 3 guys. And that's right. Never Surrender. And he was tired. You could tell he was worn out. He'd just gotten a shower. He was just wanting to get in that tour bus and go to the next tour. And they come and they look over at us. And it's like, it's only 4 guys. So he's like, okay, 4 guys. So he comes over and he's just worn out. And I'm like, I'm a big fan. And I got my Never Surrender album. I wanted to sign it. But these other 3 guys are together and they're obnoxious. They're like, oh man, that was the greatest guitar solo. I wish it could have gone on for another 10, wish it could have gone longer. And I remember Rick Emmett was just tired. And he's like, 30 minutes. He was like, how much longer do you want to go? I mean, his guitar solo was endless and they like, wasn't enough, right? He's like, oh yeah, never enough. So I just remembered that Rick Emmett was tired and I just said, thank you, Mr. Emmett. And he signed my album and I have my signed Rick Emmett album. So, and it's the Never Surrender album. So thank you, JKD Buck 76. Always here, always a faithful guy. Thank you, Mr. JKD Buck, for being a supporter. Thunder 7. That's right. That's it. That's the album. That's the tour I saw him on. And Lay It on the Line, good album. I would say Fight the Good Fight, great song. Never Surrender, great. Those are my 2 favorites. Never Surrender. I love the lyrics are so anthemic and wonderful and uplifting and positive. I just think it's great. Okay. Critical announcement. Are you not going to be able to make it to the expert stream? That's the question, because we owe Dos Sidecar and Uno Cigarro. And the expert sent me a link, so I'll be over there. You can watch it on rewatch. I'm trying to be careful.
Yeah, it's so heavy. Get a stool. Oops.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, you're yelling at the TV, not me, right? Okay. I think you're missing a word here somewhere. Okay. So anyways, let's see. 9/11. What else we got to say? Okay, so last chance. Oh, I was going to tell you. So Brandon is going to get an announcement. My Difficult Dog is being done. My artist Anna is working on the artwork. If you want to get your name in My Difficult Dog in the acknowledgement section, now's the time. I'm going to be shutting down the Give, Send, Go campaign. Look up Give, Send, Go, My Difficult Dog. And if you want to give to that book, and I'll put your name in the acknowledgments, or whichever you want to acknowledge. And so that's still outstanding. And I'm going to get that book. I send an email blast out, and hopefully that way I'm going to do it in like an 8.5 by 11 format, so that I can have it full color on Amazon for everybody. The problem with Brucey, I love Brucey. It's my favorite book, but it's hard to produce because it's this weird format. It's a good children's book format, but it's not right for any kind of inexpensive publishing. And I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy. Nobody loves me. Thank you, Diane. Write what down? I know. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. I got it. Brandon's a good guy. And don't, this is the thing. He gets a lot of haze from people who are anti this. But ultimately, this is for a good cause. We're going to put out My Difficult Dog is even more of a Christian theme than is Brucey. In fact, I almost felt that it was a little heavy-handed, but it's not, because if you read the story is pure. But there's every page has a biblical quote that's associated with it. So it's a way to teach Christian morality to your child through this use of a children's story. And that's what I think is missing from a lot of children's books now, is this Christian message of love and forgiveness and acceptance. And My Difficult Dog is about a difficult dog, Jackson, not the wonder dog, Jackson, the difficult dog, who's imperfect, and imperfect to the point that we but we love him nonetheless, because God loves us even though we're imperfect. We're not perfect, but he loves us nonetheless. And same thing with Jackson. So right, that's right. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think you're saying about the sweet spot, that's in there's a lot of like secular children's books, aren't there? And then there's Christian books that are so heavy-handed that it's off-putting. Children, they see through it when you're trying to propagandize them. It's like, okay, yeah, you're just pushing this Christian message and you're trying to create it with cartoons. I get what you're doing, right? So kids are very sensitive to that. So I'm trying to create children's books that are wonderful and entertaining and engaging, independent of the Christian message, but that have overlaid and underneath a message of faith that you can then leverage so that they'll understand the story stands on its alone, stands on its own, but underneath it has a Christian message. That's what I'm trying to do. So here we go. Here's some, thank you, Eric. He's doing some kind of, oh, it's Amazon books, right? Right, Diane, man, Diane, you're rocking it tonight. I love it. Diane, you're the chatter of the night. Thank you, Diane. Oh, that's the Amazon bookstore. I'm working. This is funny, even though I'm not selling any books at all. I'm trying to perfect every book so that every book is really good. I just got Summer Friend done in hardcover, and I just uploaded that and published it. And so the cover is just right. It has to be just right. And Prepare, I've got a hardcover Prepare I just finished, but I'm going to have to redo the cover again because it's just not quite right. It's really good. It's a version 3.7.1. And I've edited it and I've just made little tweaks here and there because I want whatever legacy that I leave behind on these books to be just right. And even though nobody's buying them, nobody's reading them, I want them to be right because I don't know, this is the artist. My wife doesn't quite understand, but it's an artist thing. Yeah. Well, let me know when Expert starts. I'm going to finish this off, and we got 2 plus 1, right? 2 plus 1. What link's a nightmare? Yeah, you're my hero for the evening. Thank you. God bless you. I know we do have great faith. It goes freely. Publishing. Well, I have some streams, and I talked about self-publishing. I've done some streams on how to do it, whether or not you're going to make any money or do anything. But regardless, and I don't know, what's my advice? Freedom Ring's not here because of the experience that I've had. Freedom Ring was thinking about streaming and starting a stream. Because of my experience and what happened to me, she decided not to, because there's a great cost in putting yourself out there, right? And it's a shame because the punishments, the people that just want to hate, just to destroy, bring down and make good people not want to put themselves out there. I'm kind of already out there. I guess I've already made that decision and I'm already suffered consequences. So not much I can do about it. Thank you. Thank you, Slidey Pie. I try. I don't know. If you believe the media, that ain't true. What do you say? You read the book. You tell me. Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, and I know I've talked to Freedom Ring, and she's a good person, and I know that he has a lot to offer the world, but the world is cut off from the value that she has to offer, and for good reason. I support what you're saying, Miss Freedom Ring, um, because there's a great cost. There could be a great cost to you personally for putting yourself out there. There's people that are out there just want to just destroy just for fun. There's a lot, and it's something that I've realized that I didn't realize before. There's people that are just driven by hatred, and legitimately that exists. Um, yeah, no comment. Thank you, Slidey Pie. Yeah, the book was a book about the death penalty and about what happens with wrong person. Um, Experts got 10 more minutes. Okay, we're just hanging here. Thank you. I'm just worn out though with my practice right now and my work, and I've got to dedicate it to my family. So yes, you are. You can hide haters and definitely do that. You got to protect yourself, but that doesn't mean they can't affect you. Obviously, look what they did to me. Okay. So Vice Baby, say Experts Live. I want a second confirmation. If Experts Live, we're going to sign off. Thank you all, and God bless you. And thank you to Brandon. And I'll be over at Expert Stream in a few moments after we sign off. When we do sign off, you got to say the Ghazni raid, right? Do we need to rehearse this once more? So what we're going to do is the Ghazni raid, because we're going to dump over to Expert, and then I'll join you over there, right? Yes, God bless. Shelby's got it right. God bless. Remember, God is number one. Put that at the top of your ethical pyramid. And thank you. Right, Ghazni raid. That's what you got to do, right? Ghazni raid, right? Are we ready? Let me just do double check. God bless. Always say God bless, Chef. All right. Just check it here. How do we check this stuff? Expert's a funny guy. You want to hear my expert? It's like, oh, hey, how you doing, Ghazi? Good to see you. Good to see you. White Rabbit's here, man. Oh yeah, expert is streaming. All right. Let's see. He's got this big long intro thing. Yep, exact. Ghazi, but don't say that. God bless. We're all just flawed humans. We're all right. So we all practiced, right? We all practiced with the Ghazni raid thing. Let's see. Where? Gosh, did I dump that? It's hard to keep track. This internet thing is kind of funky. All right. All right. Hold on. One more check. One more check, and then we're ready to go. Thank you all for spending time with me on this Friday night. Isn't that nice? We can spend this time together for Friday night. All right. Here we go. Go do it. Ready? Here we go. Go.